Greetings, gentlemen, ladies. What's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you the Facebook process that I use to generate over $1,000, close to above $1,400 in a single day on Clickbank as an affiliate marketer with just 30 minutes worth of work. All right. So first of all, let's get the proof out of the way. This is for the date of March 20th, just for in one day. And as you can see down here, it says total was $1,420.38. Now, the offer that I'm promoting here on ClickBank, it also gives me rebills. What that means is every month for every single customer that buys the upsell, I get $7 for that customer. So that's a nice, nice healthy bonus as well. So the profits that I'm going to be showing you today, it was for the day. However, the work that was put in for today will, give me more fruits down the line. Okay, so these are more like seeds, and then down the line, I'll still be getting commissions for today's work, for today's ad spend. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so that's how much I made on ClickBank. So first of all, how much did I spend on Facebook to generate this kind of income? So this is my ads manager here. And just in this ads manager, I've been running ads for this ClickBank account. And as you can see, I have spent $777.34. And so we're gonna do the math here, okay? So we're gonna start off with $777.34, subtract it by $1,420, and it was 38 cents and 38 cents. And for the day, our profit was $643.04. Okay, so that was pretty cool. And just to give you a little bit of background as well, for the day, I was actually, because I haven't been sleeping as much during the week, and this was a Saturday, so I actually slept in, woke up at 11 a.m. Didn't really feel like doing work. I was sharing screenshots on my Facebook page as well. Let me show you that. So this is our Facebook group right here. As you can see, I went live and set $1,000 for playing basketball. Over here, I was just sharing screenshots throughout the day. And this was at 1:24 p.m. I was at $798. So today it was a very good day. I was sharing $768, and I just woke up. This was around 1:10. I woke up at 11. Had my breakfast, moved around a little bit. So yeah, so this is the Facebook group. By the way, feel free to go in here, and I shared over here how one of my students earned $500 in his first month profit. Okay, so I shared that in the group as well. So to give you context, over the day, I woke up at 11. At 1 p.m., I pretty much showed screenshots of my sales, and then I just moved around a little bit, just hung around the house. Didn't really feel like doing work. And around 4 p.m., because I wasn't mentally, I just didn't want to do work for the day because I was tired. So around 4 p.m., I looked at my ads after like 1 p.m. I looked at it for like about 30 minutes. And then around 4 p.m., I went to play basketball. And when I went to play basketball, I played till like 6 p.m., 6:30 actually. Came home, relaxed a little bit, and then went out for dinner. Just watched a little bit of the game, and then went live on Facebook, and that was it pretty much. So that was my day. Just to give you some context, that it took me about 30 minutes to manage my ads. So now let's show you my ads. Okay, so first of all, there's some new ads that I launched here as well because we're scaling. Okay, and these are ads. So these are CBOs. Okay, first of all, these were CBOs, and so right now I have a CBO. The budget is $312. But as you can see, for that date, March 20th, I had 10 purchases from this one CBO. And at that time, that CBO was around 200 and I believe like $69 or something like that. Okay, and then I have another CBO here. It was $100, another CBO of $100. And then I had one more CBO here, and this CBO was at $400. However, I turned it off because it was not profitable. Okay, so what was my process? Well, first of all, to understand the process that I used to get to this point, what I had to do is first not only prove my offer that I'm promoting. Okay, so if you don't know the process that we use, let me. So to give you an example, so the process that I used is very simple. It's a simple three-step system that I've discovered and I've also mastered to generate thousands of dollars per day. And I've shared it with many people. So the first thing is we go to Clickbank and we find an offer. Okay, just an offer. So this looks like an offer. Okay, we find an offer on Clickbank, and this is an offer that makes gives us at least $40 commission. There's offers that will give you like a $130 commission, but this is my $40, okay? But with the upsell, you can make about like $60, $70. So the offer that I was promoting was making me about $65, $70 per sale, okay? Which is pretty cool. Then what I do is I create a simple one-page website, okay? So one page, okay? It's very tough writing with the mouse, okay? Just like that. Okay, so I create a one-page website. And in this website, I have my affiliate link right here. So I have my link. So when someone comes in here, they click on my affiliate link and they go here as well. By the way, this is a quiz page. So I use a quiz page. It works really well. About 40 to 50% of people that land on this page end up on the offer and then they buy. And then the next thing I do, which is, as you already know, I do Facebook ads to generate traffic because it's not enough to have a beautiful offer. It's not enough to have a one-page website. People need to land on this one-page website. So I create a Facebook ad, it takes them to the one page, which takes them to the offer, and I end up generating massive commissions, okay, which is pretty cool. And that's really the process. So to really get to understand that point, first you need to find a good offer, right? So you need to find an offer that is making you money. Then you need to build that one page website that is converting. What that means that it needs to convert at least at 30%. Okay. So before I start, it's not that I started $700. This day's sales was a result of me optimizing my Facebook ads from beforehand. Okay, so I didn't just all of a sudden start spending $700. I started off spending $30 per day. Okay, and then I slowly scaled up to where I'm spending $700 per day. Okay, well, close to $800. So now so first you find an offer that converts, then you have a one-page website that converts at least at 30%. Then you have a Facebook ad that completes your metrics, okay? And the whole point is to have a profitable ROAS. So the whole point is that you put $1 in the entire system, right? This is a system, right? It's like a machine that you create. And what you want to do is you want to put $1 in that machine and you want to come back with a profit. Ideally, you want to come back with $2. Now, some days you'll come back with $1.50. Some days you'll come back with $1.70. But overall, you want to be coming back with at least $2, at least a profit. Okay, so I want you to think of this as an entire system. Okay, so I started off with $30, but I slowly optimized because the offer, everything was converting. Then I optimized and I was able to scale to budgets like this. Okay. So what I actually did before I got to this point, what I actually did is I had a CBO. This was actually, I started a CBO that was $100 CBO. And that CBO was doing really well. And so what I did after that CBO was doing really well, meaning it was consistent for a long period of time. I took that $100 CBO and I slowly raised the budget. Well, I duplicated and I started spending $200 per day. This was the CBO. So another CBO, it was actually somewhere down here. It was somewhere down here, but I started off with $100. It was performing well. Then I duplicated it and I started spending $200 here. It started performing well. I slowly started scaling it vertically, so $200, $220, then 200, something 200, 44, and then 269. So I went up there, and then now I'm at $312. Then I started slowly scaling and testing other things as well, right? So then I had a CBO of $100. Then I had on a CBO of $100, and of course I also had a CBO over here of $400. But this campaign didn't turn out well. So the process that I used is first I spent $30 per day, just so you understand. I spent $30 per day to test. Okay, so I started testing with $30 per day. How do I refresh this? Wait 1 second. This is a new thing that I'm trying to figure out here. So the first thing the first thing to understand is I started the whole campaign running $30 conversion ads. Okay, this is my process. For a new ad account, for everything, I'll always and new offer. This is exactly how we're going to do. After we create the three-step system, right? So you create the three-step system. Okay, you have to know how to create that. Okay, it's not that hard. Once you know what you're doing, it's going to take you about 30 to 45 minutes max to create this. Okay, three-step system. Okay, great thing is I have a template that I use, and so it takes me about 30 minutes to create. Then I'll start, after my ad account has been warmed up. Okay, you don't want to run conversion campaigns on a brand new ad account. You want to warm it up and then run conversion campaigns. And I'll start off with $30. You can start off with $20 at least. $30 conversion ads, and then what I'll do is with the $30 conversion ads, I'm looking for some consistency. So I'm looking for that $30 conversion ads to start generating me sales of a profit. It could be a 1.5x ROAS, right? 1.5x, or it could, ideally it's a 2x ROAS. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm also looking for consistency. That means I'm looking for sales in 3 days in a row. Okay. Once it starts giving me sales for 3 days in a row, then I know that this offer is performing. I know that I have some numbers, some data to look at. I know my pre-sale page is converting, right, based on the numbers that I mentioned earlier. And then I know I have the Facebook ad that is also converting. So now the system is kind of fine-tuned. Now I can scale my efforts to get more data and as well as get results, but as well as optimize further as well. So then what I'll do after I get some consistency, getting sales for 3 days in a row, then I'll create a new campaign, okay? And that campaign I'll be spending $100 per day, okay? This is a CBO, okay? CBO spending $100 per day, and this CBO is meant to kind of scale this as well, but also used to make more basically this is also used to make more do different tests as well as basically to do different tests. So here's what I mean. Inside the CBO, I'll have three different ad sets. Okay, three different ad sets. Okay, and inside these ad sets, I'll be targeting different audiences. Okay, some or like different audiences, meaning like maybe it could be different age, it could be different placements, something in the ad set level that I will change, okay, just to test it further, okay. And then what I'm going to do is each ad is going to have each ad set is going to have its own ad, and it's going to be a dynamic creative, okay. So it's not enough. Another thing to mention here as well, right? So dynamic creative, these are all dynamic creative. Okay. Another thing mentioned as well, this $30 conversion ad is a dynamic creative. Okay. Most of the time I start off with dynamic creative. Rarely would I start with just a simple image and simple one headline and one ad copy. I'll always start with dynamic creative, testing, not only testing image, but I'm going to be testing image. Right, these are the things that you need to test to find the right ad. So I'll be testing image, I'll be testing headline, right? Headline, and then I'll be testing text as well, which is the ad copy. Okay, and so I'll be testing these and trying to find the best. And then once I have some data I see is working, then I'm going to put it all in here, plug it in the dynamic. I'm going to put like 5 images max. Even though you're allowed to put 10, I'm going to put 5 images max. I'm going to put 5 headlines max. Okay, that's the max you could put anyways. 3 to 5 headlines. And then I'm going to put 3 to 5. I usually go for 3, but 3 to 5 text or ad copy. Okay. And so now this is going to be, I have 3 different dynamic creatives with the same ad. Okay. It's pretty much the same ad. And they all have the same thing. The only difference is something different on the placement. Okay. Maybe a ad set, maybe an age, maybe on gender, maybe on placement, maybe even interest, maybe whatever it is that I'm using is going to be different on this level. Everything else will be the same. Sometimes what I'll do, because it's still in the beginning, okay, again, this is just, you have to be a little creative and run the process, but this is what I do. Sometimes for the images, because I understand the image is the most powerful part about, you know, about, having successful Facebook ad with the three-step system. On the images level, what I'll be doing is, each dynamic I may be having maybe one different image so that I can get more data, because I'm going to be spending $100. And because it's a CBO, Facebook will be spreading it across these ad sets, finding the best ad set that will perform for the day and giving me results, as a test. And this spend will give me data based on, different things here as well. Okay. So what I mean by that is, like, for example, I'll show you this one right here. So if I go to these ads level right here, and as you can see, I have multiple. So this one gave me two purchases here, two purchases here, but I have multiple ad sets here. Okay, and so as you can see, one ad set gave me $35 purchase, another gave me $15 purchase. Now this is Facebook, and it's not really tracking purchases correctly. However, it's $27 purchase. I spent $100 here, and according to Facebook, I made $168. In reality, I actually made around like $300 for that $100 spent for this campaign, because this is not tracking properly. Okay, so like these are all actually dynamic creative. Okay, and so I'm testing multiple different images here. And so if I go by dynamic creative element, and if I go under images, what I'll see is that for different spend, these are new here. So like this one didn't get much spent. For $3.46. I see that my link clicks is at 7. Okay. For this one, $22, my link clicks at 6. So I get a lot. So this is what I mean by that. I put different dynamic creative. They get spent, and I get to see some data, and I could further optimize and analyze, and then improve my ads, and improve my ROAS and all that kind of stuff. Now, so this is how I do it. And so the process is pretty simple. You're going to start off slow, and you're going to test mainly the image. Okay. You want to test images, you want to test headlines, you want to test ad copy, and you also want to test audience as well. Now you have to test everything. Okay. These are, once you when you're in the beginning, it's really important for you to have someone sharing with you, because there's too many things to test. But once you become advanced, there's many things that you can test. Like, for example, you got to test the offer, right? If the offer is not converting, then there's no point. You can be putting so much effort on the Facebook ad, but if the offer sucks, then there's no point. You might as well switch the offer. Then you need to test the one-page website. Okay, if the one-page website is not converting, then you should be focusing on that, right? You should be making sure that that's performing, that's fixed. Okay. Then the next thing is you should be putting your efforts on the Facebook ad itself. Okay. And so that's basically how it works. Okay. Like when you're first starting out, it's not to get you confused. You would be focusing on the ad, because if your ad is terrible, then you need to fix the ad first, because if the ad is not fixed, nobody's going to land on the one-page website. So, you just got to see the numbers. You got to understand the metrics. But this is my process. I build a three-step system. I start off with a 30-day conversion campaign. I'll wait for a profitable ROAS, 1.5 at least to 2x ROAS, consistency for 3 days. Then I'll put it in a CBO with 3 different ad sets minimum, and inside each ad sets there will be a test, meaning a different test, meaning an audience test, or a placement test, or a gender test, okay, or an age test, right? Which is basically an audience test, right? And then what I'll be doing I'll be putting these ad sets in dynamic creative, testing 5 images, 5 headlines, and minimum 3 text as well. And I'll just be letting Facebook optimize. And from then on, guys, it's all about looking at the data. If you can't look at the data, you can't become successful with paid advertising. You have to really master looking at data and making decisions based on data, right? I made a video on data-driven decisions for my inner circle people, and it's basically all about data, okay? If you don't look at the numbers, like if you spend $100, Of course, how much did you make? But also, like, if this $100 went to this ad set, you want to see, okay, I spent $100. I got this many link clicks. I got the CTR is this much. The CPC is this much. All the numbers will help you determine the effectiveness of your Facebook ad, will help you determine the effectiveness of your one-page website, will help you determine the effectiveness of the offer, right? That's the biggest takeaway that for any new beginner for us to understand is this. If like it's all in the numbers. Now you may think it's some magical formula. It's not. It's all in the numbers. If you can look at the numbers, you can have a profitable campaign and multiple campaigns that are going to make you lots of money. That's how I was able to spend $777, and as a result, come out with $1,420 and generate a $643 profit with just 30 minutes of work per day. Okay. Again, this is my process of scaling. Once this starts performing well, then what I'll do is I'll start scaling this as well, either vertically or horizontally. And as I do that, of course, you have to monitor and you have to know how to do that as well, so that you can be profitable as well. I don't want you to I didn't start off with $700 per day. I started off with $30 per day. Okay, and because it was profitable, because I was good at looking my numbers, and because I understood how to scale Facebook ads, I was able to get $700 per day. And because also I understood how to do the three-step system, then I was able to generate that profit. Okay, so all right, so I hope this video helped. I know it may be a little confusing. I try to condense as much as I can in a short period of time, in under 20 minutes. And so hope you got some breakthroughs, hope you're understanding a few things, hope you learned something. If you learned something, hit the like button. If you have questions about something, you can post in the comments below, or you could go to our private Facebook group. I'll put the link down below. It's called Affiliate Passive Secrets, and you can ask questions over there and you can learn more. Sometimes I go live over there, sometimes I post videos over there, so you can learn from there as well. And then the last thing, if you like this type of content and if you like my voice, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos on Facebook marketing, making money online, entrepreneurship, and really becoming successful in all areas of our lives. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Also, I'll leave a resource down below to a 4-day crash course that will help you build this entire 3-step system. Like you and I will build it together. I'll help you find the offer. I'll help you build this one-page website, and I'll even help you set up your first ad so that you can generate your first sales. Okay, and it's in the next 4 days, that's what we're going to be doing. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below. It's a 4-day crash course. It's a lot of people, when I first opened it up in the beginning 2 years ago, a lot of people got success from it, and now I reopened it, and now you'll have the opportunity to use it to not only build the system, but eventually perfect this system as well and make a ton of money. So go ahead, there's a link down below. You can go ahead and click on it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Remember, always stay on attack mode. Much love.